Open rate data has been the industry standard for years to measure the success of an email marketing campaign, but iOS 15 introduces massive new problems for email marketers. So today, I'm going to show you how to prepare for the new changes and so you won't be caught with your pants down. So first, I'm going to explain exactly what's happening, then I'm going to explain how SmarterMail is going to adapt to these changes, and then finally, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do straight after this video so you can prepare for iOS 15. So long story short, most emails that will be sent to an Apple device will appear to be opened even if it wasn't actually opened. Okay, so I'm going to explain how this works because I've gotten this wrong in the past. Basically, when you're sending an email through an ESP, an email service provider, we include a tiny invisible pixel. When that pixel is downloaded, we can tell that the email has been opened, and we can also tell where the email was opened from based on the server it was downloaded to. Any email that Apple receives through their mail client will be securely and privately downloaded first on an Apple server, so there's no way for you to tell whether or not the email was actually opened or if it was just downloaded by Apple's remote server. So depending on which email marketing provider that you're using, it might actually seem that your open rates are improving because Apple are actually opening every single email they receive, but that's not what's happening. It's just that they're running through this new privacy server. Sorry to burst your bubble, but better hear it from me. Okay, so we're going to introduce a feature called estimated open rates. You can kind of tell if Apple have opened the email because it comes back as blank on our end. And we can use this to kind of just disclude all of the Apple emails from the data pool. And we can use all the data from actual email clients that are still tracking open rates. Now, the thing with this is that we kind of expect the industry to move towards what Apple are doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future, Android released a feature that's very similar to this where users can choose to opt in to hide their location and whether or not they opened it and just protect their privacy. So for now, we can give you an estimate, but we kind of expect this estimate to become less and less accurate as more email clients adopt this technology. So the other feature we're introducing is average engagement score, and this uses a whole bunch of metrics like unsubscribe rates, click-through rates. Click-through rate, by the way, will still be able to be tracked. It's just opens and location data that will no longer be able to be tracked. So we can kind of calculate how engaged your audience was with your email on a 5-star rating. Okay, so open rates have been used to unsubscribe users from your email list for years and years and years. This is called email hygiene. It's email marketing best practice. If you're not doing this, definitely do this now while the data's still here. Basically, if no one's opening your email or if a user isn't opening your email, you just want to unsubscribe them. You don't want to be sending users emails that they're not opening because it lowers your basically credit rating to people like Google and Yahoo, anyone who's an email service provider. Basically, Google says, hey, if nobody's opening your emails, I'm just going to start sending them to spam. So that's why it's really important to use email hygiene, but with open rates gone, we're going to have to use a new metric for email hygiene, and that is the subscriber score. So you should be using this tool to suss out who should be unsubscribed from your email list. If they've got 1 star, they're not very engaged with your emails, and maybe you should consider sending them a sunset automation. Here's what you should do right now to prepare for iOS 15. Okay, have you ever received an email from a brand that's like, hey, we miss you. We've noticed that you haven't actually engaged with our emails very often. Do you still want to receive these emails? I love those emails because it takes all the pressure off me. They say, you can click here if you still want to receive them. If not, no worries, we'll unsubscribe you within 2 weeks. I love these emails. Every business, every brand should have these emails. There are so many emails in my inbox that just clutter and build up, and I just don't have the energy to unsubscribe to all of them. I'll link a tutorial down below about how to set up a sunset automation. Okay, so if we bring it back to the changes that iOS 15 are bringing, a lot of people are freaking out just because email marketing doesn't change. It's been the same for 10, 20 years. This is one of the first big change we've actually had to the industry for a while. And obviously people are scared, but it's not a big deal. What I want you to do is just change the way that you think about your metrics. Instead of worrying about open rates, we're just going to be shifting more towards click-through rates. So what I want you to do is have a look at the successful campaigns that you've had in the past and look at what the click-through rate for those were. That'll be your benchmark going forward. It's no longer open rates. Okay, while open rate data is still accurate, I want you to have a look at your subscriber list straight after this video and see which users haven't opened their emails in 6 months or maybe 12 months, depending on your business. If someone hasn't opened your email in 12 months, unsubscribe, they're not interested in your product anymore. I want you to do this straight after the video while the data is still accurate before iOS 15 fucks everything up. Once you've cleaned your email list, the next thing I want you to do is to start A/B testing, especially if you've done it never before. Especially if you've never done it before. Okay, so what you do is you send 2 identical emails to 2 separate groups of people, but you change one thing, the subject line. With that, you'll be able to track which subject line was more effective at getting people to actually open the email, and that will tell you what your audience is interested in. I do this all the time for my YouTube videos. I'll upload a video with 1 thumbnail and 1 title, and I'll see how it does. If it doesn't perform very well, I'll just change the thumbnail and I'll change the title. And if it resonates more with my audience, I know that that is the direction I should be going in the future. So here are some things you can experiment with. You can experiment with emojis, subject line length, ask a question, tell a story, tell a joke, see what works. A good format for a subject line is to present a problem and a solution. As a random example, if you're interested in keeping up to date with the latest marketing news and advice, subscribe to this channel. As a random example. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and click the like if you liked the video. See you guys, have a good one.